Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to be tackling a project that I've been putting off for a little while because I haven't been feeling well, and now I'm feeling well enough to do it. This car currently sits at about 400 and so miles. Once it gets to 500 miles, I plan on putting my intake on and possibly doing a mid-muffler delete. The setup I had on my last car, however, was these right here, the active exhaust simulators, and a mid-muffler delete. I had that on the Scat pack. Personally, I do feel like there is a noise difference. I do feel like it sounded a little bit better than if I had just done a mid-muffler delete. So what I want to do with this car is the same process. What we're going to be doing is installing these today. I'm going to be doing some clips. I did take a couple revving noises with the stock exhaust. I did get a couple cold starts. Cold starts aren't going to really matter because when the car starts up, it's got the valves open anyway. What this kit does is it leaves the valves open. I'm going to link the installation video that the creator of these products posted. It's a little bit different now because it uses a clamp system, which I'm not super familiar with yet, so I'm going to be trying to figure that out as I go. I believe he did write on the website that these were designed based around the Challengers, so the actual wiring locations might be different for where we're going to mount these, but we're going to try to figure this out the best we can. The basic idea behind this is that when you start the car up, it obviously has the valve open full. That's why cold starts are always so beastly. I guess from guidelines with noise pollution and exhaust and all that other stuff, the EPA decided, hey, you know, this is great. Then, you know, Dodge is like, oh, hey, this is even better. So they decided to put these stupid little valves. Personally, I don't like the idea of the valves. I don't like them at all. It's kind of stupid. So for me, I just want it off. I want it disabled. And what's good about this product is it's totally reversible. So if you don't like it, you can just go back. I think that this might be a medium ground for somebody that doesn't want to spend a lot of money, doesn't want to have to weld in different mufflers, but wants to try something where it's fairly cheap too. This is in the 140, 160 range. The prices are very fair. It's a quality product, and basically the idea behind this is that if you were to just go under the car, unplug the cable to it, it's going to give you a check engine light. So you could disable it if you want to live with a check engine light. I don't want to roll like that. So what this is going to do is it's going to hook up the stock arm that swings the valve to this, and whenever it does what it's got to do, it's going to move it, and it's going to stop where it's supposed to stop. And basically it's going to tell the car that everything's functioning a-okay, even though these little things right here are going to be keeping the valves pinned open the whole time. So you're going to get that cold start rumble grumble the whole time. So basically you're not going to have to worry about the valve closing, because there are a lot of people that did get the muffler delete, and like they say that at idle you don't get as much of a cool noise, and you know, cars need to have cool noises as far as I'm concerned. So okay, these are the main pieces. This is the hardware that comes with it. Again, there's new parts in here. I'm going to take this all out. I'll explain everything as we go along. Hopefully it's not too long of a video, but you know I never shut up, so let's get into it. So this is the current setup. I got my, I believe they're called Rhino ramps. And baby girl is on these Rhino ramps. Here's one more quick look at how this turned out. I think it looks awesome. And today we're gonna be up under this area. So what else is awesome other than the fact that it's gonna start getting dark? We don't have to worry about that anymore. We have Pelican power. This thing is so bright. I got this on where did I get this? On the Best Buy website. Had some kind of gift card. Goes on my head. It'll give me some lighting in there. I mean, it should, yeah, we're gonna be just fine. Okay everybody, so we're under the car. As you can see, that is the right tailpipe. If you are under the car like I am, with this echo and this awesome darkness, you're gonna be seeing, follow this, we're going in. Oh, thank God I'm wearing a hoodie I don't like. You're gonna be following this pipe all the way in to here. This, on both sides, these are the cutouts. This is an 8mm. What we're gonna do is remove this, and this. From what I remember in the video, the first step we should take is to unplug. Oh, that's hot. Unplug this, which is simply you push down on the top, and you need two hands, that'd be great. Push down on the top of that, just push that over. Nothing's really hot here. So what we're gonna do is start removing this. Now I would recommend, because it seems like, yeah, there's some spring pressure here, doing a little bit at a time on both sides, and keeping your hand, I would keep your hand on both sides of these, right here, just so that you know it's not going to come flying off. And you're going to just undo little by little. You're just going to make sure you're very careful, because you don't want this flying off. Keep everything down. Now, it's going to come out. So make sure as it's coming out, it's not coming out slanted. Like if this side comes out more, this side's not going to come. So you need to have it all, like it's a weird balance. You'll feel it. For this to come out, take it off, and that's it. So that's the inside. This is the part that we're gonna be putting that on the active exhaust simulator. Now this right here will get you in a little bit, if it'll focus. This right here, that little bar goes inside here, and what this does is this moves, see? So it's in the open position. I think that when a car shuts off, that's the open position that it's in. So that would be closed, this would be open. So just wherever it was, leave it. Don't touch things like I do all the time. So basically this is what we're going to be stuck with for right now. This we're going to take to the bench, and I'm going to show you how to put the simulator on this so that this still functions correctly and it's out of the way. What we're going to do is go over the process pretty quickly on how to mate this with this. This is the exhaust simulator. This is the actual valve module, and here is the hardware associated with mating, and this is going to be the part that goes under the car that connects to what looks like this, to keep this completely open and stayed still. We have our socket wrenches, and we're going to need a flathead when it gets time to put these in. Okay, so before I get started, what I recommend doing is, if you have a vise, I recommend putting this in a vise. I just so happen to have a vise, so I'm going to put this in a vise so that this is a little bit easier to install. Otherwise you're going to be fumbling around with your hands. It is possible. I will link a video to the actual creator's first install video. It's a little bit different now, because instead of 2 pieces, it's 1 solid piece. I had this back when it was 2, you know, old school OG status. So what we're going to do is just link that, and if you want to see how he did it with his bare hands, like a master, you can do that. For me, I'm going to be putting it in here, and we're going to try to make this a little easier. So you're going to just put it in just a little bit, just a tip, Let me get you a better angle here. Okay, so what you're gonna end up wanting to do is focus on the fact that this has three holes, and there's 3 holes here. Okay, so this piece here needs to be inside here. Okay, see, this moves just like the other one, but this needs to be in there. It's got to sit inside of it. I'll explain more about that once I get to that part. So once this is like this, you know that this is the orientation it's going to need to be. So the trick with this, and we're going to try to get you down up in here, get you some kind of good angle. You're going to have to hold this a little tricky in the beginning, okay? You're going to hold this like this first. Take your setup. You're going to have a bushing, a washer, and in this piece. That's going to be how it goes in, okay? So you're going to line that up with the hole. You're going to line the valve up as best you can without it moving and breaking. Everything looks nice and flush there. And what we're going to want to do is just get some kind of nut on the back of that. Okay. It's not going to stay still yet, but it's going to be decent. Okay. So then you're just going to hold this, like I said. We're going to go through and do the other 2. Okay. So we got just enough washer. Put the washer, this piece, and we're going to put that in there. Okay. Again, periodically check to make sure everything is good with the actual valve part. You don't want to break anything. You don't want to force anything. It's kind of just about hand-eye coordination a little bit. Okay, so we're going to put washer, we're going to put everything in here. Okay, but see how it's staying on its own power a little bit? Just be cautious, just be cautious. So now you're going to take your flathead, you're going to take your 10mm, and you're going to just try to get this on there. Once you get it on, everything's going to be smooth sailing as far as this goes. I recommend getting this close to done, but not all the way. Just enough so that it doesn't go anywhere. And then do the opposite one. Right? Try that one. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to mount this. So now we're gonna take this piece, the red freaking stick of joy, and we're gonna basically align it so it's got a flat part and it's got a drop down. Since this is higher up and that drops down, it only makes sense that this is gonna go over that all the way down. Now if you look, do you see how that's sitting in? So if I held this here, this won't spin. So we're gonna take a nut, the stock one, we're gonna put it on there, okay? Just make sure it's nice and pancake down on there, and it's not gonna move. It's in there, it's nice and snug. This ain't coming off, and that valve is not gonna move now. It's permanently opened. Hallelujah. Once you have your completed module, right, you're gonna find, by holding it this way, where it's got the half moon shape, okay, there's gonna be 2 bolts. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 washers. So this is the only part that scares me, is finding a suitable location. What I have here, I can only assume, if it would focus, is like a brake line. Each one of these modules is going to come with a clip, okay, that's hooked up to part of the body of the car, you're gonna want to remove that. So basically what that does is that frees up a lot more slack for you to move this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna try to position you so you could see this. So now we have slack. One thing I want to show is that now that this is all hooked up, as soon as you plug this thing back in, it's gonna make a buzzing noise and it's gonna do a self-check and it's gonna push the red thing over so that you know it's working. So the red thing, if you were paying attention before, you'll see it on the other one. It was slightly, it wasn't touching this like this. It was slightly over. There was a slight gap. So now it's in, okay? So basically what we're gonna do is mount this. So, where is it? This is how it's gonna be mounted, right? We're gonna take a bolt, washer, take one washer, we're gonna put it on, okay, and we're gonna put this on the little clamps that we had, and I know there was 2 bolts somewhere. Alright. Oh, that hit me right in the face. Where is it? Come on. Why is it over there? Why? I'm getting quite frustrated right now. This whole part of the install is going to be very ghetto filming. Once you get these fastener clamps things on here, you're going to put a washer after the nut, so in between here, right? It's going to be the nut, the original one locking it in. Then there's going to be a washer, which is in there, and then there's going to be the clamp, and then another bolt. Okay, so basically you're in this area, and you're just going to clamp it down. It's not going to hang lower than this lowest part, so it should be fine. I never had a problem with the previous one. So basically you're just gonna tighten it up. So this is what the passenger side looks like. I'm gonna obviously do a quick overview of the driver's side, but as you can see, as I went over, this is what the nut system looks like. Basically you're just taking a red replacement thing that's going to keep the valve open, and you're locking that down in there, and this is just going to stay open like this. There's no problems. So then you're going to unhook the clamps that hold this wire, like I said. So you want some slack, so you're going to take that little thing off, and then you're going to come in here and you're going to basically just tighten these down on this brake cable. There's one on each side. So this is, it's pretty rock solid. It's not gonna move enough to cause any issues. It's not lower than the exhaust or the suspension. It's not even really lower than this, to be honest with you. So this is not gonna come into any contact with the ground or anything, and it's sturdy, comfortable enough for me to do it, and for me to actually tell you, hey, yeah, you can do this and trust it. I guess take it for where you're getting it from. So let's do the other side real quick and see what that looks like. So this is the driver's side. Just in case the footage didn't come out well, what we're gonna do is show you real quick again. There's a clip. This is what the actual module looks like. Here's a clip here, so we're gonna take the clip off. Our 8mm deep socket. Okay, that's out. While we're looking at this, just because you're gonna need to do it, you see how this is clipped? This is clamped here. You're gonna want to remove this clip. Okay. So like I said, now that's off, which gives us a chance to basically route this over passenger side. Everything's nice and snug. We're gonna move back further. Car's on. It's loud. Not as loud as I want yet though. This is the driver's side. And this is where that's mounted. Right here. Excuse the ghetto camera. This is how we're rolling right now. It's on there. So this is the driver's side. Everything's mounted up, and I've got the valves in the complete open position.